What's the best thing about them? They are so cheap! Greetings, Vtuber with 2 crafting points, Rigil Agateiades here. This week we have the Ritual Festival and I had quite a lot of fun playing the event this time. Not a lot of people went all the way to build unbreakable boards, which they can't, and the biggest problem, Max C, is banned as well, so the game is actually interactive. Well, most of the time. Swoosh. Usually with ritual events, what I do is take out the Drytrons and turbo through the event. Did that for the first half, it was very effective, but it got stale quickly. I need a deck. I need it funky. And I need it cheap. What am I gonna do? Get some weird items on Amazon since it's Black Friday, put them on a fancy looking table and start the ritual. Impcantation is an archetype that can summon any ritual monsters with their archetype ritual spell, and they can also search any ritual card, both the spell and the monster, with absolute ease. What's the best thing about them? They are so cheap! All you may want to craft are the free slime boys, otherwise you don't need to spend a single crafting point. Deck engine set. Now we need something good to ritual summon. To be exact, we need 1 going first and 1 going second. The going second part is easy. We just give our opponent an incantation with Mystic Box and then OTK them with Chaos Max. Nothing new here. But we also need something when our opponent has no monsters. In the incantation toolbox, there is a very sad card with almost no attention because of its terrible effect. The real boss of the deck, Crealtar, the Impcantation Originator. When in the hand, you can reveal this card to summon incantation monsters from the graveyard with a total level of 10. Then when it's on the field, all non-ritual incantation monsters have their effects negated and gains 2000 attack. Yes, it takes a lot of cards to make its effect work. But I have to say, it is quite glorious when you OTK with 4 incantation monsters, which are usually just 0/0. Now we need to come up with something to go first, and cheap. Our choice here is Raging Storm Dragon Beaufort 9, with an epic name and equally epic artwork. This card is just like Crealtar, is a relatively new card with a rather underwhelming effect. It negates a direct attack, and when on the field, it is a free chain Grand Mole. Not very powerful, but is perfect for our use. Survive the first turn, then OTK on the next. Not like our opponents are very strong in this event. Finally, to top things up and make OTK easier, we have the OG Ritual boss, Demise, King of the Armageddon. Wipes the entire field just by paying life points, not once per turn. His performance has not faded so many years later. Also, 1 Paladin of Storm Dragon to easily deal with Chaos Max opponents, which is understandably everywhere. I know I went to extreme lengths to come up with this solution, but this is the cheapest one that works. And that's the deck. Demise comes from the solo mode deck, so you can totally run 0 Crealtar and 1 Slime Boy, making the main deck as cheap as 1 SR and 1 Chaos Max. A price appropriate for Black Friday week. Now let's get on to the duels. Now with our deck we want to go second, but this time we'll go first just to demonstrate how Beaufort 9 isn't that bad going first. And there he goes, saves us a search. We'll just have to get some incantation monsters on the field so we have some monsters to tribute. And then Inception, exactly level 9, using the 2 monsters on the field. Now opponent has an interruption here, not sure what that is. Hope it's not an imperm because Beaufort 9 doesn't do that well against that. And then we pass. Yeah, this is not a particularly good move, it's just to demonstrate how this is our last resort when going first. We know it's not an effective Veiler now because he went into the end phase, is very likely to be an Imperm. And there it goes. Yep, I guess we'll also demonstrate how bad it is. Okay, our opponent weirdly did absolutely nothing, so we'll just call this a game, I guess. No way we can OTK through this with an extra monster in the hand as well. Let's just pitch the Crealtar. Ooh, wait, this time is... yeah, it's probably the time to use Crealtar. And our opponent decides to use an effect target. Then they will probably... wait, they can't activate Relay or whatever how that is pronounced. Until they activate that, we won't change Droplet. Yes. There goes our Droplet. We'll save Bookstone in the hand, pitch the Chatter Slime. Not the most ideal, but it's fine. Now it's just dealing 8,000 damage through all of this. We add back the big guy in the grave. And then Ritual Summon the big guy. Use Bookstone. We have to make level 10 here. Talismandra would do. Search the ritual monster as material has to be an incantation because Inception requires incantation monsters as tribute. Inception. Ritual summon the big one. And now all incantation monsters gain 2000 attack. And we can make lethal here, I think. All we have to do is go into attack and then battle. Attack the token. Actually, that's the wrong move. But it's enough for lethal because we can bounce Beaufort. Give them back the Berry Lay. And I realized that's a mistake because they could have ritualed something if they had the material, but they don't with the trap, and we have lethal. Let's go. Ooh, Beaufort coming in clutch with the Crealtar, not expected. Okay, let's just try to smoothly OTK someone here. All we need is just incantation combination, getting it right, and then a droplet or a mystic box. We got half of that condition here. Let's see if we can just turbo that through with Crealtar power. Circle add circle is never a good thing for them, and it's a good thing for us. End phase, let's go. Do we draw the mystic box? No, it's not the mystic box. Instead we drew a duplicate and we breaked almost. Ooh, good thing Shadow Slime actually works. Candle will grab us the ritual spell. The full incantation output is 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 3000. So if we manage to go through everything, we might make a lethal with Crealtar. Inception Crealtar. Using Candle and Chatter Slime in the hand. We don't have enough attack. Great, let's use Demise then. Summon Demise. Use the two monsters on the field. They will all get popped by Demise, King of the Armageddon anyway. The OG OTK machine just by wiping the entire field by paying simply 2000 life points. A bit too cheap back in the days and still very powerful now. Reckless Greed! Did not see that coming. Everything's popped. What is the other card? Eternal Soul. 2,400. If we Crealtar, which called by Summon 2, I don't think we have enough for lethal. Pitch called by Summon Candle, Summon Talismandra, Ritual Summon. I can't do maths, but I think we made it. With exactly level 10, 3,000 attack, 2,400 attack, and then 2 more 2,000s. That is over 8,000. We made it to lethal with such bad maths. Ooh, Crealtar is not useless, I guess. It is good to make to 8,000.